What's going on, everybody? Josh Engleman for Awesemo.com, and I am back with my NFL DFS contenders for Sunday Night Football, Week 4 in the NFL. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, New England Patriots. Now be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Follow me on Twitter, at Josh Engleman, only place you're going to get updates to my sim results as we get closer to lock. Let me know in the comment section who are your favorite and least favorite of my contenders for today's slate. And finally, shout out to No House Advantage for being the presenting sponsor of this video. Use the promo code Awesemo when signing up. Get yourself a little bit of extra money on your first deposit. Now, we round out the bottom of my top 10 with Brandon Bolden, Ryan Suckup, Nelson Aguilar, Mike Evans, and Chris Godwin on the outside looking in. Who will be my favorites? My top 5 plays for today? Once we get through number 5, it gets pretty tight at the top. Antonio Brown is coming in here at the bottom of my favorites, 7K, projected for 13.7 fantasy points. It's a pretty good matchup, all things considered. Tampa Bay is the number 1 ranked offense at PFF. The Pats, 21st defensively. Bucs are 7-point favorites, 49.5 point total. This is a really nice game from a fantasy perspective, but a lot of weapons, particularly on the Bucs side of the ball. 5% chance that Antonio Brown goes for more than 30 fantasy points. A 9% likelihood he's the optimal captain. Plus another 37%, couldn't even say it, plus another 37% at utility. That gets Antonio Brown to 46%. That's a really nice rate. It gets him into the top 5. But at 4, we take a big step up, and that is a very different tier than the rest of this slate. First guy we need to look at is number 4, Jacoby MYERS, projected for 16.7 fantasy points. He's 8,400. This is a very different matchup on the Patriots side of the ball. Number 19 ranked offense via PFF. Going up against the Bucs D, that's 4th. That's probably why we see the Pats as 7-point underdogs in this game. But even still, you're going to assume they throw the ball. Jacoby MYERS at 8,400 looking good. There's a 14% chance he has more than 30 fantasy points. There's a 19% likelihood he's the optimal captain, plus another 37% at utility. Jacoby MYERS jumps all the way to the number 4 spot because at 8,400, that price really works for the volume you expect him to get here. He is at the bottom, though, of my top tier. Next up at number 3, we're going to Tampa. In the backfield, Leonard Fournette, he's 7,600, projected for 16.7 fantasy points. You expect Tampa to lean on the run at least a little bit, particularly in the second half. That's the script I think most people would be expecting. 8% chance that Fournette goes for north of 30. So you're not going here for the ceiling, you're really going here for the floor. 12% chance that he's the optimal captain, but this is where it gets interesting. 49% likelihood he's the optimal utility play. He's going to be in the utility spot, basically a coin flip. You get the bonus at captain. 60% of the time, you got to go to Lenny Fournette. Based on the numbers, you can go to either quarterback, but slotted in at number 2, that would be the GOAT, Tom Brady, 12,800, projected for 22.2 fantasy points. It couldn't look any better here. I guess he's got to worry about Belichick game planning against him, which I don't know if it's really a thing because Brady's the GOAT. I hate to say it, I'm not a huge fan, but he's incredible. 20% chance to go for north of 30 fantasy points. 16% likelihood he's the optimal captain, plus another 47% at utility. Tom Brady is the number 2 play for tonight's slate. Now, before we get to that number 1 contender, one last reminder to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Then head on over to Twitter, follow me, at Josh Engleman, only place you get updates to my sim results as we get closer to lock. Comment section of this video, it's underneath it. Let me know your favorite contender, let me know your least favorite contender, and let me know the guy that you thought was going to be on this list that you did not see. Finally, No House Advantage, the presenting sponsor of this video. Use the promo code Awesemo when signing up to get a little bit of extra money on your first deposit. At just 9,400, Mac Jones is your number 1 contender for tonight's slate, projected for 18.8 fantasy points. You're expecting Jones to have to throw and probably throw frequently. 12% likelihood to go for more than 30 fantasy points. 15% chance that he's the optimal captain, plus another 49% at utility. That gets Mac Jones into the optimal lineup more frequently than anybody else, and it's a price thing. He's 2,000 plus cheaper than Tom Brady, still putting up quarterback stats. He's going to have very little issue getting to where he needs to be. Love using Mac Jones in the utility. Like I said, 49% likelihood he's in the optimal there. But either way, Mac Jones is the number one contender for tonight's slate. Alrighty, folks, that will do it. Those are my NFL DFS contenders on DraftKings for Sunday Night Football, Week 4, Pats and Bucs. There's a FanDuel version of this video around here, so check it out. You don't want to miss it. I'll have updates later tonight, so keep your eyes peeled. Good luck today for your main slate, and then good luck again for your single game / showdown content for tonight. I will be back again tomorrow morning for another edition of The Contenders.